Okay, we're going to talk about making calls on your Yealink T53 phone. So to make a call, you just basically dial the number without a 9. So if I lift my handset and dial a number, that call will go right out. Okay. Now the phone will wait a few seconds to see if I've completed dialing before placing that call. If you want the call to go immediately without that few seconds of delay, you can press the pound key, which also says send on it. Okay, so if I make a call and I press send, that call will be about 3 seconds faster, to be completed. You can also use the send key if you dial without first picking up the handset or pressing speaker. So if I just dial a number right here, and I don't do anything else, this call is not going to be automatically placed because I did not pick up the handset first and I did not hit speaker first. So it's going to sit there and wait virtually forever for me to press send or cancel or something. So if I press send now, that call is going to be placed. Okay. So for me, it's become second nature to always press send after dialing a call, pound. You don't have to, but I think it's a good practice. Okay, last number redial is this button right here. If I press the redial button, it will show me my most recently placed calls. I can also press the left or right arrow to go to other types of calls, received calls, missed calls, etc. But when I get to my placed calls, I can select the one that I want. When I find that call, I either press send or press the last number redial button again, and it will place that call for me. So pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. There's another calling feature called ICOM, and that's used for calling other extensions within my office. So when I call an extension within my office, if I dial the extension number directly, like this, it's going to make that phone ring, okay? And if he, is around, he'll answer that phone. It's after 5, it's 6 p.m. here, so he's probably not answering. I'm surprised he's not in Do Not Disturb, but he's not. I switched here to page 2, and all these flashing lights are people that are in Do Not Disturb, but Greg is not, so we're using him to test with. But if I use the ICOM function, if I press ICOM and then dial Greg's extension, now I've come right through Greg's speaker. And again, he's not at his phone right now, but my voice is coming through his speaker, and if he was there, he could talk right back to his microphone. So it's a hands-free intercom feature. Okay. So that's the ICOM feature, and you can either press ICOM and dial the extension, or I can be on the page here with the one-touch button, ICOM Greg, like that. Same thing. I'm now coming through Greg's speaker. Okay. So ICOM plus a button. Some other dialing features that you have are here in the directory. So if I press the directory, I can go into my phone history. And that's similar to what I got with my, redial button, but that's another way to get into the phone history. And I can also go into my network contacts. My network contacts is basically all of the information that's stored in our servers. So it's contacts that you've stored, the extensions within your office, your business group, and hunt groups if you have any. So if I go into extensions, then I can actually scroll through and see everyone here's extension numbers and dial, any of those extensions and step through those. You can also do a search. If you have a really big office and you've got 100 phones, you can do a search and then spell the person's name using the letters on your keypad to use that directory. So the directory function is another handy way to make calls. And that's about it on making calls.